All right, guys. Hey, it's Rafi from the Endgame Investor, and today I'm going to do something quite different. I'm feeling an excitement I haven't felt for 2 years. I feel that whatever wall has been built in the world over the last 2 years is finally starting to crumble. All the lying narratives, and you know what I'm talking about, are starting to fall over, and we're going to play one more game of Fix That Article.
Open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
This one comes from the Times of Israel, a disgusting rag of propaganda bullshit. Today we're going to fix it. All right, so Israel, where I live, was the first country to start mass their citizens and putting up a green pass system to force people to take things they don't want, shutting down people's lives and acting like a bunch of authoritarian Europeans. Here's the title. Up to a third of Israelis predicted to get in next 3 weeks. Tests running out. Well, up to a third in the most country in the world, maybe they didn't work. PM, Prime Minister, says government trying to find solutions amid huge lines at testing sites, while some health officials say Omicron herd immunity is likeliest outcome of current wave. Well, that's amazing. How is that possible? Because every single pandemic that has ever happened in the world until now has been managed by quarantining the sick and generally being rational and protecting the vulnerable rather than shutting down the entire world. Except now that we're headed towards herd immunity anyway, says health officials in Israel. Well, I guess now it's okay to say it and I won't get censored. Who knows? Maybe I will. A leading health expert advising the government predicted Sunday morning that 1 out of every 3 or 4 Israelis will be infected with the Omicron variant of the coronavirus over the next 3 weeks. Well, really, who could have predicted that? Cautioning that most won't know they've been infected because the country is quickly running out of test kits. Let's fix this paragraph, shall we? Yes, we shall. A leading health moron advising the government predicted Sunday morning that 1 out of every 3 Israelis will be infected with the Omicron blah blah of the blah thingy. Cautioning that most won't know they've been infected because it doesn't do anything to most people. So why should you get tested if you're not freaking sick? There. I fixed the first paragraph. Why are people lining up to test for this thing when it doesn't do anything to most people? If you're sick, get tested if you want. If you're not sick, just live your damn life, will you?
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Testing facilities across the country were inundated with huge crowds on Sunday as thousands of Israelis lined up on foot or in cars to get tested. Why? Why?
What the hell is wrong with you people?
What? Why are they doing with many waiting hours to be swabbed? Okay. Health Ministry figures published Sunday morning showed that 4,197 blah, 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 blah. However, serious cases have seen a far more moderate increase from 77 on December 22 to 110 on Sunday.
Fasten all seatbelts. Seal all entrances and exits. Close all shops in the mall. Cancel the 3-ring circus. Secure all animals in the zoo.
Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said Sunday at the outset of the weekly cabinet meeting that there will soon be tens of thousands of daily infections. Who gives a crap? He hailed far-reaching travel restrictions imposed on recent weeks. Wow, that they really, thanks. Thank you so much. Saying they delayed Omicron's arrival and enabled Israel to study the outbreaks in South Africa, Britain, the United States, and other places, effectively seeing into the future. What? Wow. So like that's what Bennett was doing. He was trying to see into the future, and by shutting down travel restrictions, he succeeded. He's like a Navi. He's a prophet. He sees the future. He's a genius.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
All hail Bennett. Let's fix this paragraph. Prime Minister Bennett said Sunday that far-reaching travel restrictions imposed in recent weeks were stupid, nonsensical, totalitarian nonsense. And now that he's a prophet and can see into the future, he's going to resign in disgrace and flee the country. Let's put that over here. Ah, it's much better. What will happen, like what is happening all over the world, is that the restrictions that somewhat worked, against other variants will simply be ineffective against Omicron. And the stop will only come when almost everyone who could get infected gets infected, he told Wynette, predicting that would take around 3 weeks before numbers start to drop. This thing is ending. The narrative is falling apart. The interventions that they have done, whether they be social or medical, have failed. Now that it is over, we have to end the rest of the totalitarian madness, which includes the green passports, the green passes, anything that they do to track and trace your movements and segregate society must end.
We've made too many compromises already, too many retreats. They invade our space, and we fall back. They assimilate entire worlds, and we fall back. Not again. The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
We must tear down this wall, make a line, and say,
You shall not pass!
because if this continues, we will head down into a very dark portion of history that we've seen before and we do not want to see again. This must end. This is Rafi of the Endgame Investor, hoping for a much freer 2022.